Thank you so much for joining us, Dyala, as we celebrate Arab Heritage History Month. And I am excited that you connected with us and you are going to share with us about you and your heritage. So please, if you could please get us started by telling us about you and how you are connected to the Suffolk campus community.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. So, I'm Dyala Merhej. I am a third year honors student here at Suffolk University. Originally, I'm from Weymouth, Massachusetts, but I am Lebanese American. I am an IR major and I'm in the Sigma Iota Rho Honor Society for International Relations. And I have a Spanish minor. I studied abroad during spring 2024 at the Suffolk University Madrid campus. And now I am a study abroad ambassador here on campus. I am also the president of Arab Union, and I have been on the e-board since freshman year. As just a person, not a student, I love to travel, cook, learn languages, and spend time with my friends and family.
That's pretty cool. I love to eat and learn languages. So we've got food in common.
Yes.
What, so if you could please tell me, what does Arab American Heritage Month mean to you, and why is it important?
So, Arab American Heritage Month represents a time to acknowledge, appreciate, and celebrate Arab culture here in America. Living in the diaspora out of our home countries in the Middle East or North Africa or other places can sometimes feel isolating. So it's an important time to reconnect with our roots and celebrate with those around us who understand our language, our culture, our food, and things like that.
Thank you. I know that you mentioned, you've been on the e-board and the president of the Arab Union here at Suffolk for a little bit. How has your cultural heritage shaped your experience as a student at Suffolk
Mhm.
and motivated you in your career goals?
So I chose my major at the end of my freshman year. I had already been on the e-board of Arab Union here at Suffolk University. And since I was younger, I've loved traveling because each summer growing up, I would go to Lebanon and reconnecting with my roots was just something I felt so connected to. And it grew into this appreciation of all cultures and learning. That's why I love to learn languages and understanding the world around me. So that sort of made me choose to be an international relations major and directed my career path. This summer, I'm doing an internship in Lebanon at the Mexican embassy. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's a sort of a blend of how I studied abroad and I learned Spanish and my own culture. So, it's really interesting. And I think without my background, I wouldn't be on this path. And coming into Suffolk University as an Arab American, I knew I needed to find others like me to feel more at home and settle into the community around me because it's so diverse and it's amazing to meet friends from different cultures, which I do all the time. But there's something special about having people who understand you without you having to explain yourself and your background.
I certainly know how that feels.
Yeah.
What aspect of your Arab American heritage are you most proud of or wish more people knew about?
So, something I'm both most proud of and wish more people knew about is that I am Maronite, which is a Catholic religion in Lebanon. And I'm very proud to be Maronite. I wish more people knew because they don't realize how diverse Lebanon is. A lot of people assume that the entire Middle East is only Muslim, but Lebanon has Islam, Christianity, and the Druze community, which is a smaller minority in the Middle East. And it's really interesting how we share the same culture, yet have different religions and can exist peacefully in Lebanon as one country, not divided by religion. So it's really beautiful.
Thank you. I really appreciate learning about that. And now you are in this space of leadership.
Yes.
You started as an e-board member. What
Mhm.
inspired you to take on the role of being the president?
So at my high school, I did go to a diverse high school, but it was a lot of minorities, and the majority was normal, like Americans who don't really have immigrant parents or anything like that. So sometimes I would feel isolated, and I began the Arab Alliance in my high school. So I was the founder and president there. And I just felt such a sense of community and acceptance that I knew I needed to join as soon as I got to college. So my first semester, I joined and I was accepted onto the e-board at Suffolk University. It was called Middle Eastern North African Association back then in my freshman year, and now we're the Arab Union. And I've just sort of stepped up the ladder since my freshman year. I have just been motivated by my desire to foster a community for other students like me, and I want everybody to feel accepted. And we have a lot of students who aren't Arab or have no Arab heritage that join our meetings just to appreciate the culture. So it's amazing how it's growing.
Ah, so I guess you were meant to be the leader.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for opening up your space to allow people to learn
Yeah.
and appreciate your culture and the heritage as well.
Mhm.
So I am curious, how have you used your platform? I know you mentioned this a little bit. How have you used your platform to celebrate and elevate the Arab American culture and voices on campus?
So we have a lot of events, both, sorry, my phone's going off. We have a lot of events on campus that celebrate Arab culture. If it's just Halloween and we want to do a Halloween event, we always sort of circle it back to our culture and throw in an element of it. And recently we collaborated with the African Student Union or Student Association in a North African culture night. And that area of the world, that region, is sort of the bridge between the Middle East and sub-Saharan Africa. So it was a perfect collaboration for us, and we were able to educate plenty of students that came. We had Middle Eastern food. We have a North African student on our e-board, and he was able to give a presentation. I learned a lot there. I know other students did too. And it was really nice to have a collaboration like that between two different organizations on campus that have a path that crosses. So it's awesome. We also have our Instagram. We post a lot. We use our stories. Currently, we're doing takeovers of the e-board so they can learn more about us, and like we're letting each person on the e-board just have that platform to represent themselves. We're all from different backgrounds, and especially during April, it's an important month for us, not only because it's Arab American Heritage Month, but also because for our Muslim students, they celebrated the end of Ramadan and Eid. So we had our iftar event, which is when the students break their fast at the end of the day. And also coming up is Palm Sunday and Easter for we have some Christian students as well. So we're going to be celebrating those too.
Oh my goodness, that makes me so happy that you all have the space. But I
Mhm.
love the collaboration because
Yeah.
sometimes it is those opportunities that help to expand inclusion for
Mhm.
a lot of people. So I'm excited that it's happening at Suffolk. So that's so
Yes, it was
cool.
awesome. Yeah.
So tell me something that you are most proud of as the president.
So this was actually last night at the
Oh,
SGA Awards, the Student Government Association Awards, and our group won the most outstanding e-board of the year.
oh,
And I'm super
congratulations.
thank you. I'm super proud of our e-board. So last year when I was in Spain, it was sort of difficult for them to navigate. Like, so I went away and a few seniors were graduating. A few graduated in January as well. So it was difficult for them to sort of stay on their feet. And as soon as I got back, I knew I wanted to run for president. And so I did. And everyone was just super motivated. And I'm just the type of person, I'll push people. And we're all friends. So that, like, I feel comfortable doing so. And I've just seen this e-board blossom this entire year. And I'm so proud of them. And I think we definitely deserved e-board of the year.
I can tell you are an amazing leader because you
Yeah.
love to bring people together and love to make them accountable. Like, there's a
Yeah.
goal here. Let's do this.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
So, in your leadership, I like the way you're describing your leadership, but I'm also curious. Are there
Mhm.
people who have inspired you? Like, are there mentors? Are there
Mhm.
allies who have helped you along your academic and leadership journey?
Yes, so Casey Mulcair at SLI has been a great mentor to me. I didn't really understand how I was on the e-board, but I didn't really understand how running a club would look like. So in the fall semester, I had several meetings with him and he explained everything to me. I got to amend the constitution with my e-board to make it fit us and just continue keeping the club alive after those before us have already graduated. So he's been of great help and I think he's on paternity leave right now. So congratulations to him. I'm
Awesome.
excited to see him next semester though. And as for allies, I've been on the e-board, as I said, since freshman year. And the only two others on our current e-board that have also been on that long are Sara and Jeanette, my two best friends. We became best friends because of this club. Um, so they've been just the best support system I could ever ask for. And it's definitely a mutual thing. We push each other, we get everybody excited, and we just want to get things done. So it's been awesome.
Ah, I just feel the joy for you. What is the challenges? We've talked
Mhm,
about, the joy of being a leader, the joy of creating community, but we also know that there are challenges that come with being a student leader.
mhm.
How do you navigate those challenges as well?
So there definitely are challenges. I think the biggest one is gathering students and like getting them excited and showing up to the events because a lot of times students are like, oh, I would love to come to that. That sounds awesome. And then the numbers aren't as high as we would think. So
Mhm.
that would happen in the beginning of the year. But each event we've been sort of planning earlier, we've been just stepping it up each time, and we make sure to take lots of pictures and videos and post them on our Instagram, and a lot of students are like, "Oh, well, now I missed out," and like, "Come to the next one." So each time we've been, getting a lot more students. Our most recent one, the iftar night, got, like, way more students than we were expecting, and we ran out of food, but
Whoa, that's a good problem to have.
yeah, we had a lot of food too. Yeah, so it's definitely been difficult, but we've been working on it, and we actually added an e-board position this year, a new e-board position, freshman representative slash outreach. So he's been able, his name is Adam, and he's been able to recruit freshmen. And they're just so excited to be here, just like I was when I was a freshman. But I never had anybody that reached out to me to join. I just had that passion to join. So I think offering students that hand, like, come on in, it will bring a lot more students. So, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So tell me how if I love that you created that position with the e-board,
Mhm,
and if someone who isn't like, having this thought of joining because that's just not their primary thing,
mhm.
but maybe they would need some encouragement. How would you
Yeah.
encourage someone who is a future leader to engage, and how would you help them sort of become a better leader in making an impact?
So first, we would, of course, invite them to join any of our meetings. Usually our meetings are events because we like to foster like a more social side of university because we're always so focused on academics. So we're not really like meetings, like raising our hands and stuff. We're engaging, socializing. It's a very relaxed place to be. So I would encourage them, like, don't be shy, come on in. There's plenty of people to talk to. You can find your own crowd within the group itself, and I would just tell them to take stepping baby steps because I just walked into my first meeting and now I'm the president. So you really never know where you'll end up. And we do have roles for everybody. If they would love to help us, we would definitely appreciate it. And we can definitely help them become leaders. During my freshman year, I went to the LEAP conference. Are you familiar? Yeah.
Yes.
So that definitely trains me to be a leader. And now we're sending two of our newer e-board members this
Wow.
Saturday, I think.
Okay. I
So
just
they'll
keep
be
saying
going.
wow.
So there's definitely baby steps, and we can help you every step of the way.
I am glad to hear it. Is
Yeah.
there anything else you'd like to share with us?
Um, an invitation to come to our Easter event, which is
Okay.
going to be April 17th.
Awesome. I appreciate that. And
Yes.
my last question for you is, if you were to give your younger self advice, what would it be?
I would tell my younger self to just accept your heritage and your culture earlier on and accept who you are as a person because it is a huge part of my identity that I sort of tried to erase when I was a child. I was born and raised here in Massachusetts. So I sort of tried to erase my culture and just blend in with the crowd. I would get so embarrassed. I remember the first day of school every year when the teacher had to say my name and I would just be so embarrassed and I wouldn't correct them. I would just let them pronounce it how they pronounced it. But now I'm like, oh, it's just pronounced like Dyala. Like, no need. Like it's okay if you mess it up, but this is how you say it. And I was just really ashamed of my name. At school, I would always like be embarrassed of the Lebanese lunch my mom packed me. And just my language. My brother, I have two older brothers, so the oldest one of course, went to school before us. And he, in Arabic, we write from right to left rather than left to right. And he began writing his name wrong in English. He would write it the opposite way. And I think that just caused some sort of trauma in him because he told my brother and I that we weren't allowed to speak Arabic anymore. So for so many years during my childhood, I would answer my parents in English and I would try not to speak Arabic, but I wish I knew earlier on that it would become such an important pillar of my identity and just say, like, it's okay, it's something to be proud of, nothing to be ashamed of. But I'm glad I was able to grow in high school and understand that fully.
And at the end of the day, we're always growing, and I'm proud of you for appreciating that growth and knowing, like,
Thank
hey,
you.
it's okay.
Yeah.
And look at what you're doing now
Mhm.
because of that growth and how much you're contributing and making Suffolk and all of us better for creating an inclusive space. So thank you.
Thank you.
Well, it's been a pleasure chatting with you, and I really appreciate the time that you took to connect and share your story, your heritage with us. And I hope that I can look at my schedule and see if I can come celebrate with you. I was so excited. I think it was last year or 2 years ago
Mhm.
when I got a chance to come celebrate with you all, and it was really fun.
It always is. Thank you so much for having me. I really
My
appreciate the
pleasure.
work that you're doing.